The afternoon light is gentle, isn't it? You might be enjoying a cup of tea, perhaps solving the crossword, or just appreciating the quiet after a busy morning. This quiet routine, this peace we build in our homes, is our treasure. It represents independence. But sometimes, the quiet isn't peaceful. Sometimes, the quiet is just silence. And then the phone rings. It doesn't matter if it's a landline or a cell phone. That sudden, sharp noise cuts through the silence and triggers a tiny moment of anxiety. For many of us living alone, the phone is a lifeline. We hope it's the grandchild we miss or the doctor confirming good news. But lately, the phone has become a weapon aimed right at our peace. We talk a lot about wisdom in these years. Wisdom about health, wisdom about money, wisdom about keeping a peaceful home. But there is a cruel type of wisdom out there that we must learn to defeat. The wisdom of the scammer. These people are experts in human psychology. They don't want your credit card number right away. They want your composure. They want your heart to pound in your chest so hard that your rational brain shuts down. They know that when you live alone, even a terrifying voice is a form of human contact. They know that fear of losing your money, or worse, losing your dignity, makes you defenseless. Today we are talking about protection. Not just locks on your door, but protection for your mind and your wallet. We are looking directly at the 4 psychological panic buttons scammers press during a phone call. If you know these 4 words, you can hear them coming. If you can hear them coming, you have already won half the battle. The goal of every scammer is to remove time. Time to think, time to hang up, time to call your daughter or your neighbor. The entire script they read is designed to make you feel isolated and rushed. They create a scenario so terrifying or embarrassing that you feel you must solve it immediately and secretly. Let's look at the first 2 panic words they deploy. The first panic word they use is always related to authority. This panic word is designed to make you fear the government, the bank, or the police. It taps into that deep, ingrained desire we all have to be good citizens, to be compliant, and to keep our affairs orderly. Imagine the phone rings. You pick up. The voice is formal, perhaps even robotic or heavily accented, but it sounds official. They might say, "This is the Social Security Administration, and your account has been flagged for..." Or, "This is the fraud department at your bank, and we see an unauthorized transfer of..." But listen closely. The first panic word they use is often followed by a terrifying threat about your status. They will use the word immediate. You are in immediate danger of losing your benefits. We require immediate verification of your social security number. If you don't comply, immediately, the arrest warrant will be served. The word immediate is meant to short-circuit your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that handles rational thought. It forces you into a stress response, similar to slamming on the brakes when a car pulls out suddenly. When they use immediate, your body reacts with the fear of losing something essential, losing your safety, your freedom, or your funds. You are afraid of the shame of being investigated or arrested, especially if you have never done anything wrong in your life. This is the key. Legitimate institutions never conduct serious business, especially concerning fraud or arrest warrants, over an unsolicited, immediate phone call. They send letters. They follow established procedures. Your first defense is simple. Do not engage with the word immediate. If you hear it tied to a financial or legal threat, your only response must be silence. Then the click of the phone, hanging up. If they manage to keep you on the line, they will move quickly to the second type of panic word. This word is aimed directly at your biggest emotional vulnerability, your connection to your loved ones. It's often used in the grandparent scam or when they pretend to be your family member's lawyer or doctor. This second panic word is focused on harm. It weaponizes your love and your protective instinct. They will say something like, "Your grandson is in harm's way," or "There has been an accident and your loved one requires immediate help to prevent further harm." This attack is brilliant and cruel. It hijacks your deepest desire to protect the young people in your life, especially your grandchildren. The fear of their suffering is often stronger than the fear for your own money. When they use the word harm, they are relying on speed. They want you to rush to the bank, or buy gift cards, or send a wire transfer, all while believing you're saving someone you love from terrible pain. They usually demand secrecy, telling you, "Don't tell mom and dad, they'll be furious." If you hear this word, harm, used in a pressured phone call, pause, a deep breath. Your love for your family is powerful, but that love must be protected by your wisdom. In part 2, we will uncover the final 2 panic words they use, words that specifically target your feelings of loneliness and financial inadequacy. And I will give you the 3-second habit that instantly breaks the scammer's spell, turning your panic into powerful independence. Stay with me. But how do they manage to pierce that shield of silence? How do they make you feel that instant, hot flash of panic that makes you drop your guard, even when you know better? They don't rely on clever words. They rely on 4 simple, panic-inducing words that hijack the brain, bypassing your wisdom entirely. Think of them as emotional triggers designed to turn your calm, safe home into a place of immediate crisis. This is the psychological trick they use against loneliness, against the simple desire for peace. The first panic word is immediately. Scammers love this word. It attacks your control over time. You might be sitting down to finally review your bills, maybe just settling in for a quiet evening. The phone rings, and a cold official voice says, "You must act immediately, or your entire Social Security check will be frozen." Or, "We need this information immediately to stop the warrant for your arrest." They use the word immediately to eliminate your greatest defense. Time. Time to think. Time to call a trusted neighbor or your son. Time to hang up and brew a cup of tea. When you feel that rush of urgency, remember the kitchen rule. Anything that demands immediate action over the phone, especially regarding money or legal matters, is almost certainly a scam. True emergencies allow you to verify. The second panic word is arrest. This is a powerful trigger because it attacks your dignity, your reputation, and your sense of safety at home. After 60, we value our reputation and the respect we have earned more than almost anything else. The idea of police involvement, of being publicly disgraced, or worse, losing your independence, creates instant fear. A scammer might call, pretending to be the IRS, or even the sheriff's department. They'll say your taxes were improperly filed, or that there's a discrepancy with your medicine purchases. They'll use the word arrest to make you feel like your peaceful life is about to shatter. You might be thinking, "I haven't done anything wrong." But the shame, the fear of a police car showing up outside your house for your neighbors to see, is what they count on. Always remember, the police and government agencies do not call you demanding instant payment via gift cards or wire transfers to avoid an immediate arrest. If they need you, they will use formal written procedures that give you time to consult an attorney. If you hear the word arrest, hang up and call the non-emergency police line directly to verify. The third panic word is crisis. This word targets your deepest fear, losing your health or the safety of your loved ones. Scammers often use a medical angle because it plays on the anxiety we all carry about aging bodies. They might claim there's been a massive recall of your specific heart medication, creating a health crisis that requires you to provide your insurance ID right now to get the replacement dose. Or they leverage the fear of loneliness, creating a family crisis. This is especially brutal for those who live alone or who cherish their grandchildren. A panicked voice might cry, "Grandma, I'm in a crisis. I've been in an accident and I need money immediately. Don't tell mom and dad." That moment of shock, the sheer terror that a loved one is hurt, is powerful enough to override your logic. They know you would sacrifice anything to protect your family. When you hear crisis involving a loved one, take a breath. Do not confirm their name. Instead, use your own verification method. Ask a question only your real grandchild would know the answer to, like, "What was the name of the dog we had when you were little?" If they hesitate or refuse, it's a scam. The fourth panic word is confidential. This word attacks your support system. It is designed to isolate you, cutting you off from the wisdom of others. The scammer knows that if you talk to your adult children or your best friend, that person will see through the trick instantly, so they make the whole transaction a sworn secret. Because this is an extremely sensitive, confidential investigation, you absolutely cannot tell anyone what we discussed. They create a false bond of trust, pretending they are protecting you from the system, when in fact they are protecting themselves from being exposed. They make you promise to keep the secret even when you leave the house to buy the gift cards they demanded. The truth is, genuine help, whether from a bank, a doctor, or a lawyer, never requires you to keep secrets from your family. Wisdom is shared and verified. If someone tells you that you cannot tell anyone about a critical financial decision, they are robbing you of your security. That is not confidentiality, that is entrapment. Hearing these 4 words, immediately, arrest, crisis, and confidential, should trigger your internal alarm bell, not panic. These words are your red flag. They are the sound of the enemy at the gate of your peaceful home. The moment you hear any of them, your only immediate task is to pause. Don't speak. Don't answer the question they asked. Just pause for 5 full seconds. In part 3, we're going to dive deeper into the single most effective habit you can build. A simple 5-second mental trick you can use every time the phone rings to neutralize the panic immediately. We will focus on specific home security habits that protect not just your money, but also your health information and your peace of mind while you are alone. We've talked about the words that rush you. We discussed how scammers try to steal your ability to simply take a deep breath. They rely on the fact that you might be sitting alone in the quiet of your living room, maybe hoping the phone is a friend or a grandchild, and when it rings, you answer with trust. But our defense strategy continues. We need to fortify our patience. The third panic word is the most painful one for a grandparent: warrant, or its close cousin, arrest. This scenario is crafted specifically to break the protective instincts you have for your family. The caller sounds official, maybe a police officer, maybe someone from the courts. They claim your grandson, or perhaps your daughter, has been arrested, or is being investigated, or there is an urgent warrant out for their arrest due to an unpaid fine or a small accident. They say, your relative is currently detained, and they need immediate bail or payment to prevent them from spending the night in jail. The panic hits you instantly. It's midnight. You can't call your daughter to check. You think, I must protect them. This scam works because it uses shame and secrecy. The caller warns you, do not tell anyone about this, especially your relative, or the case will get worse. They isolate you further, forcing you to act alone and fast. They'll demand the payment through strange methods, Bitcoin, gift cards, or wiring money to a distant location. Your calm, wise reaction must be this. First, remember that no legitimate law enforcement agency demands bail or payments via gift cards or wire transfers. Not ever. Second, the moment you hear the words warrant or arrest connected to a loved one, you do not argue with the person on the line. You simply say, thank you for the information. I will call the station, my relative, directly to verify this. And then you hang up immediately. Do not try to be polite. Do not wait for their reply. Just hang up. Then, crucially, you must use the phone number you already have stored for that family member, or the number for the police station you know is local and real. Do not call the number that just called you back. That simple habit, hanging up and using a known, trusted number, is the difference between peace and a terrible, financially devastating mistake. Now let's talk about the fourth panic phrase. This one targets the very foundation of your independence, your money. The fourth phrase is, account frozen, or benefits shut down. You might be getting a call claiming to be from Medicare, Social Security, or your bank. They say, your account has been compromised, or there is a problem with your benefits payment. They use complicated language about system errors, data breaches, or compliance reviews. The real panic sets in when they say, if you do not immediately verify your login and PIN with us, your next check will not arrive, and your account will be frozen until the system is corrected. For those of us living on a fixed income, the threat of missing a single Social Security deposit is terrifying. It means we cannot pay for medicine, We cannot pay the rent. It's a direct threat to dignity and independence. This is the scammer's greatest weapon against the elderly, the fear of financial loss and dependency. They will try to trick you into reading out your password, your PIN, or even your Medicare ID number for verification. Here is the simple, non-negotiable rule we install in our home. Government agencies, Social Security, Medicare, the IRS, do not make unsolicited phone calls demanding your sensitive login information or threatening to shut down your benefits immediately over the phone. If there is a legitimate issue, they will send you an official letter in the mail. If you're concerned, you hang up immediately and then call the official, published number for the agency, the one you look up yourself or the one on the back of your physical card. Do not let the word frozen make your mind go blank. That word is designed to make you instantly give away the very things they are pretending to protect. Remember, they are not contacting you to help you. They are contacting you because they are thieves. By implementing these two final defenses, the hang up and call my trusted number rule for family threats, and the never verify PINs over the phone rule for financial threats, you create an invisible shield around your daily routine. You are protecting your home, your money, and most importantly, your peace of mind. We have now covered the most common emotional traps these callers set. But the biggest layer of protection isn't just about what you say on the phone. It's about what you do in your home and how you manage the emotional vulnerability that makes answering unknown numbers feel so necessary. In our final and most critical segment, we will talk about the protective habits that silence the noise, secure your private space, and guarantee that no one can prey on the natural need for companionship that comes with aging. We will discuss the final habit you must implement tonight, and that brings us to the most powerful tool you have against these schemes, the courage to hang up. They want you panicked. They want you talking. They want you feeling guilty for interrupting their urgent message. But you have the power. I want you to adopt the 5-second hang-up rule. This is simple. The moment a stranger on the phone uses one of the 4 panic words, or anything that makes your chest tighten, you must hang up the phone. Do not apologize. Do not explain. Do not say goodbye. Your peace is more important than their sales pitch or their manufactured urgency. Remember this. If it were truly an emergency, involving the police, the bank, or your utilities, they would already have multiple ways to contact you, besides this one sudden, high-pressure phone call. Real emergencies give you facts. Scammers give you panic and deadlines. Now let's talk about the deepest trick they play, the trap that has nothing to do with money and everything to do with the heart. This is the loneliness factor. Sometimes, especially when you live alone, the phone ringing is a small moment of brightness. It's a conversation. It's a connection. Scammers are experts at detecting this vulnerability. They might start aggressive, but then they soften. They pivot from the emergency to asking about your day or listening patiently to a small concern. They use your need for connection as glue to keep you on the line. My dear friend, if you find yourself staying on the phone with a complete stranger, even after the panic words have stopped, because you enjoy the sound of another human voice, that is the most dangerous moment of all. That is when they drop their guard and you drop yours. They make you feel seen, heard, and important right before they ask you to empty your bank account. You must guard your emotional safety just as fiercely as your financial safety. If you're craving conversation, please call a family member back. Call a friend. Call the church group. Do not use a high-pressure scam artist to fill the empty space at the kitchen table. Protect your inner peace first. Here is the simple wisdom we need to apply. Independence means the right to silence. You do not owe strangers your time. You do not owe them explanations. You have the right to keep your mind clear and your door closed, both literally and figuratively. Practice this sentence. I am not comfortable with this conversation, and I'm hanging up now. You never have to say more. To solidify your defense, I urge you to create a trusted confirmation system. This is a simple list of 2 or 3 trusted people, a daughter, a neighbor, a financial advisor. Write their names down. If a call creates panic, your first step is not to panic, but to call the person on your trusted list. Tell them exactly what the scammer said. A fresh pair of ears, especially one that loves you, will immediately recognize the manipulation. Always promise yourself this: no major financial decision, no urgent medicine change, no revealing of personal identity will happen based only on a single, unsolicited phone call. You will always confirm the facts with a trusted person, or by calling the official institution back, using the number on your last statement, never the number the caller gives you. The gift of your later years should be the gift of peace, not the anxiety of constant defense. You fought hard for your independence. Do not let 4 little panic words steal it away. We've talked today about protecting your finances and your independence from outside threats like scammers. But independence can also be threatened by things inside our own home. In the next part, we are going to pivot our focus to safety right where you live. We need to talk about the silent threats hiding in plain sight, the small habits that can lead to large dangers, and how protecting your home can safeguard your physical health and dignity for years to come. I will share the single most common item in the home that causes severe accidents after the age of 65, and the simple $15 solution that can prevent weeks in the hospital. Join me next time as we safeguard your private space